Good morning, guys. Today in our math lesson, I know the setup looks a little differently, but I needed us to be able to see what the diagram was I had on the smart board and what's on the board. So you can't see the objectives board right now, but our objective for today is we are going to use numerical expressions and evaluate them. So before we can get started with learning what a numerical expression is, I want to go over something called the order of operations. We'll go over this more in depth tomorrow, but one of our problems we're going to need to just know a little bit about it to solve, okay? So the order of operations, I call it PEMDAS. A lot of people remember it by saying, "Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally." And it is a way in which you were supposed to solve equations. So if you have multiplication and division and addition and subtraction with some parentheses all in one equation or numerical expression, this tells you what order to solve those in. So you always start with your P, which is parentheses, and then you move to your E, which is exponents. Then you move to your M and D. You can see they're kind of grouped together, and that's multiplication or division. You do those in whatever order they occur in the problem. So if multiplication comes first, you do multiplication. If division comes first, you do division. And then the other two are A and S, which are addition and subtraction, and those work just like multiplication and division. If addition comes first, you do it first. If subtraction comes first, you do it first. So if I had 6 minus 3 plus 5, I would first do 6 minus 3, and then I would do plus 5. But you always start with parentheses. So you look for parentheses, then exponents, then multiplication and division, then addition and subtraction. And we'll go a lot more in depth with that tomorrow, but today we just needed a little overview so we can solve our last problem. So let's talk about a numerical expression. Some of you may have heard that before and some of you may not have. But our definition's right here. A numerical expression is a mathematical phrase that has numbers and operation signs but does not have an equal sign. So 6 plus 3 equals blank is not a numerical expression. 6 plus 3 would be a numerical expression. A numerical expression is not going to have an equal sign. So our first two problems for the day, we are going to try and write a numerical expression for the word problems we're giving. And then our last problem for the day, we're giving a numerical expression and we need to tell a word problem or a word sentence that matches that numerical expression. So let's get started. Carla buys 5 books. Each book costs $3. We need to write a numerical expression that matches this word sentence or word problem. So Carla buys 5 books. Each book costs $3. So she's getting 5 books at $3 a piece. First we need to determine, is that addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division? 5 books, $3 each. Well, that's multiplication, right? Because we have 5 of something that costs $3 each. So we're spending $3 5 times. So my numerical expression is going to be 5 times 3. And I do not write an equal sign. I just write 5 times 3. Let's move on to our next one. Linda has 27 fewer fish than Jack. Jack has 80 fish. So our numbers are 80 and 27. Linda has 27 fewer fish than Jack, and Jack has 80 fish. So if we have that keyword fewer, are we adding, subtracting, multiplying, or dividing? We're subtracting. Jack has 80, Linda has 27 fewer. So what is our numerical expression? 80 minus 27. Great job. And remember, we do not put an equal sign, okay? So let's move on. Our last problem says, write words to match the expression. Our expression, I don't know if you can see that, I'll go over it really quick, is 6 times 12 minus 4. What do you notice about that 12 minus 4? It's in parentheses, right? If we go back to what we talked about at the beginning, our order of operations, we have to do what's inside of the parentheses first, right? So we would have 12 minus 4, and then we would have to multiply by 6. So what do you think a word problem could be that would match this expression? I'll give you a few seconds to kind of think. Okay, first we're going to think about maybe a time. Okay, that's what our 6 is going to be. Our 6 is going to tell us the time frame. 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months. Well, we have to have 12 of something and take away 4 every single day, week, or month that we choose. Let's go with days. So for 6 days, for 6 days, we need 12 of something, and we need to lose 4 of it every day. When I have something and I lose it or I spend it, I think of money. So let's say Miss Solly if I have 12, I'm earning that, right? I earned $12. So for 6 days, Miss Solly earned $12. And how much am I losing or spending? 4, right? And spent $4. So we have the expression 6 times 12 minus 4. We have to do 12 minus 4 times 6. We solve what's inside the parentheses, and then we move to multiplication. So our word problem we came up with was for 6 days, Miss Solly earned $12 and spent $4. So we have to take away our 4 from our 12 before we can multiply by 6, right? Because if I just did 12 times 6, I'm not counting the money that I'm spending. So that is how this word problem matches this expression. That was an awesome job today. Remember, tomorrow we're going to go a little bit more in depth with numerical expressions and